Okay, so we're gonna put our main drive sprocket back on. Um, so the way I install these seals here, this Tran main seal, is I just take a block of wood. Yes, there's a seal tool. I never bothered buying one. I can do the same thing I want to do here with a little block of wood. Okay, install that. Then I put the new quad seal on there. And then remember the inner primary spacer. Don't forget that, but the quad seal is behind the inner primary spacer. I'm sorry, I forgot to hit record when I was started this, and I don't want to pull it back apart because if I take this all the way out, I'll ruin the inner lip of the seal, but the quad seal is in there, and if you're wondering, if you don't remember what that looks like that. Okay. So, and again, there's a seal driver you could buy to install this, but I never bothered with that. I can get the same thing I need to do with a little block of wood and some patience. It's all feel. Harley is a lot of it is a feel thing. If you're not confident what you're doing, take it to somebody who does know what they're doing. And if you're thinking, oh, what about you? Nope, sorry, I'm not taking clients anymore. Matter of fact, 90% of my clients that I used to have, I have referred to other shops that I believe in and trust. And so I just do for me and a couple close friends and one family member that still rides. So this is where we're at. So like I said, the beveled part goes in with the quad seal, and you can see the small little lip right here. So what I do is I install the inner primary spacer, and then I spin it a little bit and I pull it out a little bit. I want to make sure I see a nice lip seal all the way around my inner primary spacer. When I was a young tech, I got bit by that, and part of the lip on one of them was hung up and it leaked, and it doesn't look good when you're in the field and something leaks. So this is your main gear lock nut. This is left-hand thread. When you're working with this nut, you're going to use red Loctite. So before you reinstall, you want to make sure all the red Loctite is out of there. So I take a small pick. You can use a dental pick, or what is this, a little snap-on pick. And I just make sure that all the red Loctite is out of there, okay? I've already taken the liberty of cleaning it, so you don't have to waste your time watching that. Then I take a little bit of brake clean and just run it around lightly. Brake clean's an alcohol base, so it'll evaporate rather quickly. You don't have to worry about it contaminating, but if you are, just take a blue rag, clean the threads. Now when I do the compensating sprocket one, I'll clean it with a wire brush as well as a pick. But anytime you use red Loctite on something, you want to make sure you get it all out, okay? So this has a small bevel on it and has a small lip. I put the bevel side inward, okay? So now we're going to put our sprocket on. Usually, this is something I like to do. I've never met anybody else who does it. But I'm sure some people right now are going, really? You do that? But I take a small amount of anti-seize and I brush the threads. I've never met anyone else who does it that way. It's probably overkill, but I literally, and I just brush the inner edge, because when I get it on there, it's going to spread, okay? You don't have to do that. Again, this is something I do. I've never met anyone else who does do that. Just my thing. I don't know why, but it's something that somebody that I had a lot of respect for that sadly is no longer with us mentioned to me one time. And I really believed in everything he told me. So I guess technically I have met one person, but like I said, he's no longer with us. So now red Loctite, just a few drops. That's way more than I need, but for all intents and purposes. So I'm just gonna take a finger, just wipe it. Probably wiped most of that away. So as you can see, there's still a good amount on there. Again, the beveled edge inward. And if you can't get it started, spin it backwards like a spark plug. Be patient, it'll go. Okay. Stand by. See, I don't edit. Everything you get is happening. So, still have plenty of red Loctite on there. There it is. She's just being a bugger. It happens. All right. So now we're going to put our spacer. Sorry, our socket guide, not our spacer. Where's our sprocket locking tool? There it is. So now we had it this way for removal. Now we're going to put it this way for install. If you're wondering what this is the original kickstand mount, but I tend to drag my pegs, so I have converted to this kickstand. We'll get into that another day. So we're going to install our sprocket locker. Come on, bugger. Okay. And then that will rest against there. We'll hand tighten this. Okay. And then our spec for this is 110 to 120. Where I told you we were going to use these hash marks. That's in the later years. We probably still could do it, but we're just going to do, always follow what your manual says. Like I said, this is my bike. So if something happens, it leaks, comes apart, I already know what to expect. So we're going to bring it straight to 120. Again, you buy the best tools you can afford. Okay. Then we're going to put our lock plate on. Our lock plate should line up. If it doesn't, we can go as high as 150. I clean this up a little bit just to make it shiny. And there we go, it lines up. So we're gonna put 2 drops of blue Loctite on the 3/16 Allens. Bear with me, I'm sorry I didn't get everything pre-prepped. I had a crazy day. Okay, so now we're gonna seat these. Doesn't always work, but a lot of times I do that off position thing. I probably should have cleaned the threads with this with a thread chaser, but not too worried about it for this instance. Okay, so now these are 7 to 9 foot-pounds for that, so always split the difference. So we'll do it at 8. Okay, and if you like, you could do it in the inch. It makes you feel better. So we ended up at 102 and 109 inch-pounds. All right. So our dry sprocket is on. Now, these are the exterior primary bolts. So they would go not really exterior, but I just don't like them. They got a little more rust and corrosion on them than I want to see. So I'm gonna go to the hardware store tomorrow and get new ones. Probably, it's only 6 bolts, so I'll probably just get all 6. But in the meantime, we'll install our belt. Okay, our belt is back on. I'll get new hardware, and then we will put the inner primary on. But I can't do that till tomorrow because I don't have the hardware. I want to replace the inner primary hardware. I'm just not happy with it. So thank you for tuning in, and hopefully we'll see you again tomorrow.